Hello, Smokos here. Thank you for tuning in once again, and please forgive the appearance as I am forced once again to broadcast very close to the Power Core Central. This plays havoc on the quality of the video and the reception and everything. Well, just to stay as raw as I possibly can, as true to myself as I possibly can, I decided to jump right into a broadcast without any forethought, well, minimal forethought. I had thought, well, I'm going to broadcast, and beyond that, I didn't think much more. Beyond thinking about saying hello and letting you know that I'm close to the Power Core Central, that's it. So, we will have to move forward with this, even with the quality as it is. As I've stated before, I'm going to try to be more precise, more clear with what all this gibberish is I'm talking about. You might be thinking, well, what is this gibberish he's talking about? The great repository of the future great repository, all that kind of things. It's basically just a time capsule. I'm hoping that what I create can be put into some form of electronic time capsule. I do believe there is going to be that in the future. I think that is it's on a near horizon. It's also on a distant horizon. I think there will be a fascination with things from the past. And granted, there is going to be an innumerable amount of video clips, sound clips, on file for people to review. And so I wanted to add some structure to my own. Not structure in the actual production of the episodes, but just the structure of everything as a whole in its entirety. That's why I purchased the domain. I try to spread as much information out there across multiple platforms or multiple. I don't know what the word. What is the word for that? Sites. You know, I've got the YouTube, the Tumblr, the Twitter, the Facebook, and then I have Swarthos.com. As big a social media footprint as I possibly can. Not because I necessarily want people to watch me now, which would be nice if people want to watch. I don't expect anyone to be entertained by this. I'm not thinking that at all. I'm not seeking to have people like me. I certainly don't want people to dislike me. Don't think that I have that attitude. I don't. But I'm not really looking forward to or looking to have followers. I know I can never do that. I can't carry a lot of followers with the type of content I produce. First of all, I talk pretty monotone. I don't have a lot of pizzazz. I don't have a lot of personality. people that have a lot of personality and a lot of charisma. I don't have charisma. And now let me stop right there. This isn't a woe is me pity party. No, this is facts of life type of thing. What I'm really trying to say is that I don't expect anything because I know what it is I am and what I'm producing here. It's me. And I've never been particularly charismatic or delightful to listen to. When I'm not in front of a camera with a microphone in front of me. So I don't expect that to be any different when I start talking here. And I don't, let me put it this way. I'm not going out of my way to make myself any different than what I am. This is me. This is how I see myself. This is how I want to be seen. This is the information I'm putting onto this media for future research, for the future to look back. Well, you think, well, then you have to have something pretty profound to say, don't you, if you're expecting the future to want to preserve this. They may say, well, your information that you laid down is taking up too much space, and we need to make room for the girl who eats fruit and whispers into a microphone or something like that. After all, she had 10 million followers, or the guy who speeds up his video and talks really fast, like a chipmunk. You know, I am not in any way, shape, or form casting any disparaging remarks towards those people. They probably do hold a higher position than I do as far as the world is concerned, due to the fact that they have made an impact in social media. They have likable personalities. I understand that. But what I am about is preserving an echo of myself into the future. It keeps me entertained now. I'm here to entertain myself. That's why you'll have some long pauses when thinking, because like I started out to say with this, I get derailed pretty quickly, don't I? What I started out to say was, I come into this raw, meaning no plan, no thought of what I'm going to say. It's just me, and this is me on a day-to-day basis. Perhaps in some way the person I'm trying to reach out to here, the people, the type of person, is the one who is like myself, who lacks creativity, who definitely isn't the life of the party, doesn't have a lot to say in a social situation where people are talking to one another. I'm often the guy that just stands there. Nothing comes to mind at the moment, right? You know, you're there, and you got people, they can fire off quick, witty remarks and keep a conversation going, and people find them delightful. But yeah, that's not me. I would like to be that, sure, but I can't pretend to be that. I can't. It just doesn't happen. It's like saying, hey, get out there and run a 9-second 100-meter dash. It's not happening. Brain doesn't fire. I don't have that gift, the gift of gab. While I can talk, it usually ends up going in circles and sounds pretty mundane. So that is my qualifier for what I'm doing. That is the reason here. I'm preserving something, and also If it reaches someone who feels they don't have anything to say, I want to let them know. Doesn't matter. If you don't have anything to say, then record yourself not saying anything. Simple as that. So, this is just me. I am recording me. I am preserving me. This moment in time. So, when the future historians look back and they access the great repository, and they say, oh, there's Swarthos. Now, okay, why am I going by a handle out here? If you really want to preserve yourself, why aren't you going with your proper name, your surname, your given name? Well, I'm living in the computer age, and this is me making a footprint in social media in the computer age. And in the computer age, I am Swarthos. That's all I care to be remembered as. It's Swarthos. It's my gamer tag. That's my handle online, my email. There's other Swarthoses out there. Yeah. But I assure you, if I was to use my proper name, there's even more people running around with the exact same name as I got. So, it's actually fewer people with my handle. So, that's the way it goes. But there we go. There's the silences. It's the 20th of September, 2019. It's a beautiful evening. Cool breeze is blowing. Full complement of stars are out there. Saw on the news today where they said that if you look up in the sky and you see a star, you can be assured there's probably a planet orbiting around it. We've had scientists come on the news also in recent days saying that it's a matter of time before there's some type of disclosure, that we're at a tipping point right now due to the UFOs that are being acknowledged, especially by our military, saying that yes, UFOs are real, they don't know what they are, caught them on film. And as I mentioned in one of my other videos, if you look through there, you'll see that I spoke about the black triangle that I saw, or triangles that I saw in one night. So, I'm a complete believer. But there's also other times when I've seen things. My father and I, driving on a freeway many years ago, saw a large, bright orb of light take off across the freeway in front of us as we were driving on it. It just accelerated really fast, like a strobe light would go through the sky. It was pretty amazing. I don't think I want to take this time to talk about my father's death, which I witnessed in the hospital. Yes, things can change so quickly. Things can change so quickly. I can remember when, a little over a year ago, the phone rang. It was a good chance it was my mother or father calling. I mean, that was my life for many, many years, having my parents call and me calling my parents. And now I don't get that call anymore. Every once in a while I'll get that feeling in my gut, you know, it's like, oh, haven't heard from mom and dad in a while. And just for a brief moment, you know, you think about that. It's like, oh, it'd be so nice if they called think I'll call them, or I'll be out driving and think, oh, I gotta get home, I gotta call Mom and Dad. But that time is gone now. So if you're out there, your parents are still able to receive a call, give them a call. I remember hearing things like this when my parents were still around for me to call. And I would call them. And I would call and they would treat it like any other call. They didn't know what I was feeling, right? They didn't know how my heart was kind of breaking for the future, what I might feel in the future. They didn't quite understand it. But I'm sure I'm glad that I did call. I sure am glad that I talked to them as many times as I did. You too may go through a difficult experience watching your parents pass on. My mother's still alive, but she has dementia. So she's not able to call me, and when I do talk to her, she's not 100% certain all the time who I am. A lot of times she does know it's her son calling, and other times she might think I'm somebody else. So that close intimacy that we had before is not really there anymore. So I leave that for the great repository. I will pause a moment here and see if anything comes to mind to talk about, to give a report on. I've been wanting to go out and drive somewhere. Perhaps I should put that as operate an automobile and transport myself to another location. I'd rather like it like that, yes. I'd like to access one of my automobiles, one of my means of conveyance, and transport myself to a museum, transport myself to a park. I don't really get out and do anything. I used to bowl. I took up the hobby of bowling back in the early 2000s, and then I kind of grew tired of bowling by myself. As you can probably tell, I'm a bit of a loner and unusual and awkward, and people find me awkward and unusual. And not that I'm unpleasant, but they don't really, it's my feeling that they don't feel particularly entertained with me. And people like to be entertained. And I'm rather, in person, rather quiet and I'm opinionated. I don't have a lot of opinions on things, and so I don't have a lot to say, and I think that probably hinders my relationship status with other human beings, which is another topic altogether, I suppose. I guess I can segue into that. For many years, I felt lonely and alone, not having any friends. And certainly, a friend would happen into my life. Like I would make a friend. Like in the toy aisle of Toys R Us, I made a friend once. We were both looking at action figures. But that didn't last long. I made a friend at church once, and that didn't last long. It wasn't that I did anything to chase these people away. They just stopped wanting to hang out. I don't really know why. I mean, I don't know to any exact reason why. It wasn't like I, got into a fight with him or anything like that. It was just, I think they found other exciting, interesting people to be with, and I didn't really fit into the group they were putting together, Oh, I forgot to mention, I was very close to my oldest sister. She was the person I talked to on the phone almost every night. And so I didn't really miss having friends, to talk to on the phone or anything, because I had my parents and my sister, but my sister got early onset dementia. So there is dementia in my family. You're probably thinking right now, yeah, I've watched your videos, dude, and you look like you might be having the same issues, and perhaps I am. Maybe that's why things don't come into my head, but I can't remember in my life when things ever did. But as things stand now, I'm able to at least operate technology and put this out here, so I'm making it, so please bear with me if you've even made it this far. So I lost my sister about 10 years ago. She was somebody who shared my interests, and we would talk. She's 12 years older than me. I'm the baby in the family. And, I sure do miss her. I sure do miss the conversations we had. She's unable to speak now. She's unable to care for herself. She's in a special home. She's not really conscious. She's somewhat vegetative. I believe they call it a vegetative state. And so it's very sad. I lost her. So, yeah, I've lost my parents. I still talk to my mother, like I said, but it's not quite the same. And I'm at the point in my life where I don't really feel alone. I know there's a vacuum there where a friend or friendship would fill that I don't have. But I don't have the strong desire, even the know-how to go out and make friends. I've thought about renting friends. It looked fascinating, but the more I kind of look at the people, they kind of scare me. So I'm not sure, if I wanted to rent a friend, just to have somebody to talk to on the phone, or somebody to email. I might want to do that to see if I could find an email, like a pen pal. I believe that's under the rental trend. But I don't want to spend too much money. And, I'm afraid that I'm going to get some kind of drug user who starts hitting me up for money or something, I don't know. So it's just something I'm thinking about, the rental friend thing. Maybe I'll do a whole talk on that some other time. Okay, I've been rambling a bit too much now. I'm going to get going and get this video produced and posted. Get it set up for the Great Repository. Thank you for watching. Swarthos.